Hiya, and here we are to commemorate Black History Month. We've invited some of our students and local council members to the school to come and talk about how we as a school commemorate it and celebrate Black History Month and why it's so important. So I wanted to start by asking, what are your guys' names and how are you feeling?
My name's Sam, and I'm happy to be here, to be honest.
My name's Lexi, and I'm also really excited to have a chance to talk to everyone.
I'm Councillor Elizabeth Kangethe, the local councillor in Parslows Ward and cabinet member for education in schools, and I'm happy to be here.
My name is Cllr, and I'm happy to be here.
My name is Shanice. I'm Jaden's one-to-one, and I'm happy to be here.
My name is Jaden. I'm happy to be here.
So I wanted to start by asking you guys, why do you think Black History Month is so important, especially as personally and as a community?
I think Black History Month is important as it just commemorates what people have done in history which might have got underappreciated. And
I just think it's really important to have a chance to celebrate everyone's culture and to make everyone in the school feel included. I think that's really important.
It gives us an opportunity to celebrate achievements of different people, past and present, because we live in a very diverse world today, and so everybody should feel included, and embrace that diversity.
Especially as a school with so many diverse.
And especially in our schools, yes.
It's important to know your history so you don't repeat your mistakes. So any mistakes made where maybe Black people were oppressed or were not given the credit that they deserved can be just not repeated again.
I think Black history is important because it allows us to learn about people's different histories and cultures. It also allows us to embrace who we are as people and just live in a world where we can be diverse and enjoy and live free.
I'm older than all of you here, and I have seen that difference. I've been a councillor for the last 15 years here, and when we came, it was so different. I'm not just talking about my time. We felt included, we felt embraced, because originally I'm from Kenya. And so I belong to that category of the Black minority. And, a lot has been done, contributed. I was the mayor 2015. So I felt really we are not left out. There's a lot that the Black community are also doing in terms of all the different areas, bus drivers, hospitality, teachers. We are included in everything. So we've done a lot. You can't be able to name because we work as a community, working together. In schools, you find, so many teachers, giving back. So there's a lot that has been done, and that has helped to shape and to change the initial picture of what people thought about backing in Dagenham.
well, you see it every day, to be honest. Like as Elizabeth said, you see it in your daily life. Like you see your teachers, you see your nurses, just people you couldn't really go without. You're seeing their impact in your day-to-day life. I feel like it's about recognising and knowing where I come from within my history. From like when I get to learn about things that happened in the past, I know where I'm talking from. I feel like that's why it's important for me.
I think one of my first memories in Year 7 was actually celebrating Black History Month with my form. And I think it's just a really important thing for people to do. And I think it really brings people together. And I think that's why it's so important.
It includes everybody in a really important discussion.
Throughout my education, unfortunately, I've not really seen role models who look like me. But Black History Month, like in the curriculum, we don't really learn about them apart from Black History Month. So it gives me hope that I can too, basically.
I think for me, what's important is, like Sam was saying, is recognising that we are all one, regardless of our skin complexion, our skin tone. We are all one. We're all equal. No one is above anybody. It's kind of like allowing us to feel involved in everything in day-to-day life. For example, working in different curriculums such as being a teacher, nurses, doctor, etc. You see that we're all diverse, we're all included in everything, and I think it helps me feel also involved in everything as well. I don't feel left out because of my skin tone. I feel like I'm able to step into different environments, etc. because I'm a human just like everyone else.
Well, for me, it has impacted in very different, many ways. I mean, when I first came to this country, I came as a teacher. And where I went to teach, I'm not saying where, I was the only black teacher. There was only one black child. And so there was no celebration of Black History Month. Things have moved on now. And I used to feel so isolated. I used to get so many silly questions. Let me say, there are silly questions like wanting to touch my skin and other silly things that I felt, wow. So the Black History Month celebration helps people to embrace me as who I am, you know, and really feel included in everything that happens. At that time as a teacher, I really used to feel like I'm different from everybody else. And that's how everybody felt, including the young kids. But since things have changed, moved on, you know, I've been invited to speak to so many groups, to so many schools, and especially when I was the mayor, you know, it looked like a strange thing for a black person to be. So a lot has happened in my life, and I've really felt I've got a lot to give back. It's not just receiving, a lot to give back also to the community. Can I say, when I became the mayor, this was Barack Obama. One, Barack Obama's origins are from where I come from, Kenya. So I read these stories and I thought, yes. And remember, his slogan was, yes, you can. If you read through my profiles, you will see that's what I put. Yes, I can. And I did. And ever since then, I've not looked back. I've moved the ladder. You know, I've studied, I've done law, I've done lots of other things. And I've tried to give back to the community. I've gone to inspire people, talk to them and show them that it is possible. So my first role model was Barack Obama. Though away from here, but I felt, you know, he's a black person and he's achieved being a president. And obviously for me, that's the political line. And I thought, yes, I can do it. Maybe I should be your next role model. No, I'm joking.
So usually like at break times and stuff where you have people like performing cultural dances and all that, it really just reminds you of how much of like a multicultural school we're privileged to attend. And also it's not even just the form PowerPoints, it's just like the constant, like you're constantly learning about other people's cultures by being surrounded by other people.
Yeah, I agree with that. We learn a lot about different like aspects of Black history and how important it is. And I think that's really important because sometimes I think Black history isn't mentioned enough. And I think that's why it's so important to have this month where there can be more recognition.
Yeah. I think, I don't even know who does the curriculum, the government, right? Or like the education sector or someone like that. But I think it just needs to be implemented more.
Maybe in form times.
Yeah. And also like, I don't know if this is like a stretch or whatever, but in history lessons, because we learn about world wars and stuff. That's very important as well. But I feel like maybe we can implement something else in there that maybe a change Black people have made or something Black people had to go through, maybe civil rights or slavery.
A couple lessons a week.
Yeah. Or like not even like just a couple lessons a week. Like I can't, like, you know how
Like
there's
a whole
like
topic on it.
that you would be tested on and stuff.
Sorry to interrupt, but I do A-level history and then we do a paper all about South Africa. So like apartheid, National Party. So, but I don't think that's as like not like available to students. I think them opportunities to be more available to students.
Maybe include it in like year 7, 8 and 9 when the curriculum's quite based on each year.
And I think that I know a lot of the time when we speak about Black history, we speak about people that were before our time, but there are a lot of people that are Black and successful in our today, and I think it's important that we acknowledge them as well in history. So I think just to add on to what Cllr was saying, I think in lessons that should be recognised as well, where they speak about people maybe that we may know from our upbringing who have done well in our community as well. So,
And just to add to what, as a local authority, we do celebrate Black History Month. On the first day there's a flag which you throw at the town hall, outside the town hall throughout the month of October. And there's the Black councillors, we've got 5 of us. We've organized an event on the 27th where we've invited a few senior Black members of parliament or people who have succeeded in businesses, doctors, who you come and talk to. It will be an open invite where we can come and ask them questions and we can showcase their achievements. We will also be there speaking because it wasn't a mean thing for us to be elected, to be there 15 years, to become a mayor.
Yeah.
We have our youngest mayor, and she's a black lady from Nigeria here back in Dagenham. We've got teachers who have done so well. So even as a local authority, we do that. And like I've said, the flag will be there throughout the month. And we invited the local community to come and join us as we celebrate. So still, we do a lot. We'll be visiting schools. So many schools have invited us to come and, celebrate with them, speak in their assemblies. So a lot also happens within the local authority.
I saw a post of the flag, as just to mention, and the comments under it were just as what you would expect from. It's just something you see so.
It's horrible, really. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's just such a day-to-day thing, even from like little comments to.
I think people believe that enough change has been made, so they let, like, I don't want to say little things because racism is racism, but like, they let, I don't know, less severe things slide. Yeah.
And they shouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really pay attention to it.
Yeah.
I tend to ignore it because I think that ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
But I do know on a day-to-day it does happen, and it does happen indirectly as well. Sometimes it's not actually directly done, it's indirectly done, but I just choose to ignore it because I'd rather just not have to deal with it. And
Don't give it the attention on the platform.
Exactly. Yeah.
As for me, I've experienced it open, but that was way before things have moved on.
Yeah.
And as a councillor, definitely I go to the community, we knock on doors, we are telling people to vote for us. For me, I got that racism open, and all sorts of words. But just like you say, I could have ignored, but sometimes you find that it is too open, like being told you're not welcome here, who can you lead, all sorts of, you're black, you're all that. But then I think what I tell children whenever I go to school is move on, ignore, because it's just a minority, and that should not mess you up, because the majority of the people understand that we live in a very diverse world. It's not just a community, in a very diverse world, and things have changed. So though I experienced that, I've moved on. I don't keep it. Though we see all these comments, they'll be there everywhere. It's just like any other place, and particularly in this day of social media, it's terrible. If you really keep your eyes on that and read every single negative comment, you will be nowhere. Look at our schools, they are doing so well. I'm putting myself in my portfolio, but you still find people saying, oh, I'll never go to any school in Dagenham or Barking because of ABCD. I mean, so move on. Majority of the people understand that we live in a global village. The world is a global village today. And anybody can live anywhere, work, give back, Yeah.
If you know your history, you know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
If you know about things that happened in the past, things that have affected groups of people, you know where you're speaking from. And I think that's an important thing, and why it should be celebrated all year round, but not specifically just in October.
Yeah.
I think in school, and especially in secondary schools, it's a time where everyone's growing up and they're learning their identity, and culture is a big part of someone's identity. And I think that's why we should really prioritise it during the whole year, so we get to learn more about ourselves and we get to celebrate the differences in everyone else and really value it.
It's important because you have to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
And it also, I feel like it's like I said, it would help not just black students but students of colour to understand that just because majority of what you hear is from white people, like I don't know how to speak, majority of success that you hear is from white people, it doesn't mean that you can't have success in life or make a change.
I think I agree with Cultural and Lexi, what they said.
I 100% agree. Culture is so important because it is, at the end of the day, our identity. It's what makes up us, and to include it in just a month you need it the whole year. You need it every year, and you need it across everything, because it is what makes us us. And I just want to say thank you so much, students, councillor, teachers. Thank you so much for being here and sitting down and talking with me about this.
Thank you.